So we have breaking news out of the United Kingdom this morning. The man formerly known as Prince Andrew has been taken into custody by British police for suspicion of misconduct while in office. And this is relating to all of his friendships, as we'll do in quotes, with the Berenstain Bear and his lady, Miss G, and some of his contact he had with girls who were not necessarily old enough to be hanging out with him in nightclubs. But let's see what Fox News has to say about that this morning, because this is huge news coming out of the UK.
Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew of the UK, has reportedly been arrested.
Janley Painter joins us now with the breaking details. Jan.
Hey, Todd and Carly. So police say they took the brother of King Charles into custody on suspicion of misconduct in public office. Officers reportedly arrived at a royal estate in eastern England earlier this morning to make the arrest of the former prince, who turns 66 years old today. Andrew is in custody, and investigators are carrying out searches at addresses in Berkshire and Norfolk. Police releasing this statement without naming Andrew, saying, quote, "Following a thorough assessment, we have now opened an investigation into this allegation of misconduct in public office." We're still waiting, of course, more details on this breaking story, but this comes as after Andrew was stripped of his royal title over ties to convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein, and after Thames Valley Police said they were assessing a complaint over the alleged sharing of confidential material by the former prince with the late sex offender. The former prince has consistently denied any wrongdoing, and misconduct in public office refers to, quote, serious or willful abuse or neglect of powers relating to the role of public office. So we'll continue to bring you updates on this breaking story this morning, guys. But for now, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, Chandler, thank you so much for that.
So it looks like we might be getting some justice for some of these victims after all, or at least bringing them to the court of public opinion where there is no statute of limitations, because unfortunately with a lot of the Epstein files and the people that are named in them as victims, they're so old, going back to the late 90s, the early 2000s. The statute of limitation has long since passed, and there's just honestly not a lot that can be done in the court system. But as I said, the court of public opinion has no statute of limitations. So they should face their consequences, at least with their reputation and with consequences in society, because this type of behavior is not acceptable. It is not part of Western civilized society. And the sad thing is, it is still going on today. So hopefully things like this coming to light will help to make sure that things that are happening currently can be brought to court in a timely manner, so that people who are creating these situations and perpetrating these atrocities on the most vulnerable in our society will understand that they will be held accountable once and for all, because clearly going back a few years, that just wasn't happening. So I think this is a great move in the right direction. So in case any of you have forgotten about the photo that started to bring all of Andrew's misconduct to light, allow me to share that with you. Here we go. Anybody recognize that lady in the background? That's Miss G. And that is a photograph that Virginia Giuffre, back then known as Virginia Roberts, when she was 17 years old, asked to have taken because she was excited at that point to be meeting a member of the royal family. I'm sure she had no idea the impact that this photo would have on the rest of her life, and on the world for that matter. But hopefully this development in the UK will help to bring similar developments in the United States for some of the people that still can be brought to justice. And hopefully it can also send a message to those who are currently still engaging in these types of atrocities that it's time to stop. And it's time to stop right now, because society has had enough, and we're not going to allow children to be abused or trafficked anymore. So if you haven't already, please like this video. I'm a brand new channel and I'm growing, so I appreciate all the support. If you could subscribe to the channel, that's the best way to support me. It is completely free and it only takes a few seconds of your time. And if you would share this content, because this is a super important message to get out there, I know it's a very uncomfortable topic for a lot of people. You don't really want to talk about how these things are happening because it's just not something that people want to think about. But it's important because if you don't think about it and you just push it out of your mind, it makes it easier for it to keep happening. So sometimes we just have to engage in these difficult conversations to make a change for the future, to make this world a better place for children and for people and just for society in general. And if you're feeling super generous and you like the work I'm doing here, you can buy me a coffee. The link is in the description below, and I would greatly appreciate that. But again, the best way to support the channel is just to subscribe. So if you could please do that, I would greatly appreciate it. I will continue bringing you late breaking news from around the globe. And I will also be continuing with my music reactions in my series of the best halftime shows of all time. So check those out. And until next time, keep making common sense common again. Bye, everybody.